Autism Warriors, happy Saturday. I teach my students that Saturday is a stay-home day. And it's August in Florida, so on Saturday stay-home days, we can do fun stuff that we like to do in the summer. So today I wanted to take a minute to talk about back to school. We've already talked about how we used Pete the Cat to transition, and we talked about the results of how awesome that was. I'd like to show you guys some of the great stuff that the kiddos made. So that's going to come in the next video, or maybe the outtakes of this video. But right now, I want to talk about the 5 things that might be a little bit different that autism teachers may have in their school supply bag. So I have my school supply bag here. Most teachers start buying school supplies, I don't know, the year before school starts, because, you know, sales. July, they start having great sales too. But one thing that I always have in my school supply list that most teachers have, I drink coffee. All kidding aside, I do have some things that are very different than some other teachers. Some of the basics are Velcro and laminating film, because we make visuals. We make tools to help children express what they understand and comprehend what we're saying, and using pictures elicits communication for some kiddos. There's a variety of research that shows us that using augmentative forms of communication helps elicit competent communicators, and sometimes verbal speech ends up being their mode of communication. So we use a lot of that, and I'm going to be showing you an example of that in the outtakes. This is carpet tape. It's like double-sided and sticks to the floor, residue-free, moisture-resistant. Our walls are concrete and it's humid in Florida. And I have kiddos who peel paint or peel stuff. And so having a variety of tapes that I can tape things on the wall, their artwork, as well as I tape visuals on the ground, like when we line up, there's wait symbols and stop signs to make sure that they know where to go and know how to line up without a big crowd at the door. Lining up is an important skill to have. We use lines in a variety of places in our life, like the grocery store, like Disney World, like even the emergency room at the hospital. There are lines. So this kind of tape is safe for my walls, it's safe for my carpet, it's safe to put on my desk. And when my students peel it off, it's on my subscribe and save, so it's not a big deal. I have to tell you that a lot of things in our classroom world is consumable. Things that wouldn't necessarily be consumable in a regular education classroom. If a book gets destroyed, or an art project gets destroyed, or I don't know, anything. If anything gets destroyed because somebody has a meltdown, or because someone ate it, or because it got peeled off, or because someone bumped into it, I don't want that to be a big deal ever. School's a safe place where we learn. So things that I can use that are safe and strong and can be easily replaced, that's what I use. It's all about safety, comfort, and learning. One of the ways that I love for my students to express themselves is using Expo markers. We have these big, beautiful windows in my classroom. We also have these really awesome desks that you can draw on and then erase, like a dry erase board. And I also have a dry erase board and an active board. I'm very blessed to have what we have in our classroom. So I ration these out. I don't have them available all the time, but I do use them because students love the colors. They love the way they feel on the desk. And so whether I'm asking them to express how to make 5 in a number sense kind of way, like 3 items plus 2 items equals 5, or if I'm asking them to express themselves after we read a story and draw the main character of the story, this is a great way to do it. Now, I do have kiddos who are going to draw the main character of the story and add new characters to the story. And then I have kiddos who are just scribbling. And that's okay. That they're both writing and they're both expressing themselves. So if this is a way to help them do that easily, That's great. And then look at all the colors. Then they have to request the color they want. And because these are kind of hidden in my room, it's a big deal to get one. And it's valuable. It's a valuable tool for them and for me. Those are on my subscribe and save from Amazon too. Coffee is. Talking about tape, laminating film and Velcro, like I said, just a given in my world. But I also use packaging tape. I use packaging tape to put stuff on the desk. And if I need to make a visual really quickly, I can print it out on my printer. I'm lucky enough to have a printer in my classroom, and I'm lucky enough to have access to color printer at my school and a laminator at my school. So if I want to laminate big things, I have it. But if you want to do something quick and dirty immediately, mailing tape. Mailing tape is what a lot of us used before laminators were so easy to access on a personal level. And contact paper. Contact paper was also really common to use. Laborious, took a long time to make visual supports when we just used contact paper and printing or drawing. But I have these in my classroom. We probably run about 3 rolls a month. Easy to label things. And I try to make visuals to go with every lesson. And then visuals fall apart sometimes if they're laminated together or they're coming off, on and off stuff regularly. So like the ones we use for scheduling where the kids rotate around the room, those get messed up pretty quick. So this is a quick way to fix a visual within a minute. You can fix it. And label things in your classroom easily. Put up artwork very easily. And then the kids have access to using it too. I have kindergarten, first and second graders. So their sticky tape is a special magical thing. Dora uses it. We use food reinforcers in my classroom. I don't give food out all the time and I don't use a lot of it, but one of my students loves beef jerky. So I use reinforcers like food or toys as ways to get the children to be more likely to engage in the activities I am asking them to do, whether it's something they love or something they don't love. So for example, if somebody loves Thomas the Tank Engine and I need them to walk with me to the cafeteria, then I am going to ask them to hold a Thomas the Tank Engine on the way to the cafeteria. That's using Thomas the Tank Engine as a transition object. If I'm trying to reinforce someone to sit in their chair because it's going to be an instructional period, I might put on their favorite ABC video. And so I put their YouTube favorite ABC video on, and then they come to sit down and I don't have to physically prompt or chase 6 people to come sit down at their desk. No, they all come because I put on a song they like. So that's real life there. The ABC video is very popular. It's on my ESY playlist and my August 2018 playlist. Check those out. It's the videos I'm using in my classroom. Some of the curriculum outcomes were hitting in August and September. Let me talk about the way I use food. All right, we might be sitting at an individual center. Life's been good up to this point. The first 2 weeks of school have been do things you like in every center. In computer time, we're doing fun games. Maybe academic-based games, but there's still games. You go to the library center, you could look at Thomas books. You go to the puzzle center, there's an ABC puzzle. You go to the work with teacher center, and I have a bunch of toys that we can play with or a bunch of food that you can request. And we're practicing requesting, and we're practicing, hey, my teacher has cool stuff that when I go to her center, I want to go because she's got great stuff. Well, next week, I might be asking you to measure toys. Measuring toys is a really fun thing. But maybe you don't feel like it because you'd rather think about the YouTube video you were watching an hour ago, or take a nap, or whatever else you're thinking about. And, children who are neurotypical most of the time are learning information quickly because they don't have to filter the same way our kiddos on the spectrum do. And they don't have to... they want to please, and that relationship piece isn't necessarily a barrier. And when you're on the spectrum, sometimes that relationship piece is a barrier because you'd rather have a thick veil in that moment, what I call a thick veil, withdraw in that moment. So if you want to work for a marshmallow or a piece of beef jerky, or first work, then have a snack break, that's fine. I have other students who work for foam letters. I have other students who work for glitter paint. I have some students who work for a piece of popcorn. So it's well documented in applied behavior analysis and other forms of autism best practices to use different kinds of things that are reinforcing. A lot of us use reinforcers in, we use applied behavior analysis in other kinds of ways. Like there are apps that if you lose a certain amount of weight, you guys pool money and then somebody wins money. So that's a first lose weight, then you win money. So you're being reinforced by the opportunity to possibly win money because you engaged in a behavior of exercise and diet changes. So sometimes it's very uncomfortable for some people, the fact that we use reinforcers, stickers. We're not bribing anybody. That's not bribing. We're not giving food to kiddos like they're being bribed. It's just we're trying to teach children and adults sometimes that you are more likely to get something that's rewarding if you engage in this behavior. If you engage in this behavior, you're going to get something that's rewarding. So it's definitely something I use sometimes, and it makes, honestly, when you have the opportunity to access things that make you happy and feel good, then you're a happier person and you feel better. So just like my coffee makes me feel better in the morning, in the afternoon, and I don't drink a lot of coffee, friends. So it's not just about the caffeine. It's about a comfort thing. It's about the socialization piece. It's reinforcing to me. So I have it available for myself on a daily basis. So I hope you enjoyed our video today about the things I use in my classroom that might be a little bit different than the average teacher. I'm going to include links to these things below. I would also ask that if you're interested in how we work with young students with autism, how our classrooms look, how we meet the need, how maybe you can use these same tools with your child, I'd love for you to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications for new videos. My channel is new, but my drive and my passion for what I do is lifelong. And so I hope that I can give you tools and focus to help your child grow. Thank you for listening to our video today on autism play intervention. We're family focused and play based. Have a great day.